element of this podcast.
All right, we're
Haven't-
rolling. Mother.
You fuck yourself up.
Rolling. No, not really. This is live. We're on.
Oh, we're on?
Yeah.
Just 18 seconds of dead air.
No, that's good.
Having a blast. Here we are.
Here we are, baby. Podding.
Top podcast in the land.
I mean, we have one additional listener this week from the show last
Oh, my God.
time.
They're probably listening, right?
I hope so. Probably not, but I hope so.
Hey, if you're out there, what was it Jason and his friend? Two guys and a girl. Did
The
you?
lady was the more interested into the podcast, not,
You
not
think
the two
so?
dudes. Well, she was the one that asked about it. She goes, I need it. I need a new pod.
That was after I suggested it.
Right.
But thank you for listening.
Which is her stock line for everyone that tries to push a pod on her.
Pushing
All
podcasts.
the people that push pods on her.
You've really lost your way when you're just pushing podcasts on people live. Hey, do you need a podcast?
We need some business cards.
Oh, here we go.
Let's say here's a caveat.
He goes,
We did a spiral into the inner workings of the pod and kind of what we're trying to do last episode. Let's try to not.
yeah.
We'll do those, but not
Okay.
every pod. You know.
Yeah. We can't do that every pod. Who knows what's gonna? We don't really. Do you feel like we have control over this? I don't.
Yeah. You don't, but I do.
Oh, I don't.
I've got the set list up top.
I mean, I try. Did you know? Okay, this is what I wanted to say though. That lady was out with her boyfriend's roommates. That we told
What?
about the podcast.
Really? I wasn't even listening.
Isn't that funny? Yeah,
It's kind of odd.
it is a touch odd. Her boyfriend's roommates. They must just all be good buds.
What was going on with the boyfriend?
I didn't find out. But if you're listening,
It's a girlfriend I don't really want, right?
oh,
It's like you're infiltrating my life
too much.
even when I'm not a part of it.
Yeah,
You're
hanging.
commandeering my life,
My buddies.
right?
Yeah, a little bit. That's a little.
I want you to be cool with my buddies.
Yes. But a comedy show with my buddies?
Right.
I don't know. That's like a lot of fun. I mean,
I
Who
want you to be
knows?
better buddies with my buddies than I am.
no, that's a disaster.
Right. And that's what it seems like's happening with this lady.
Potentially.
Samantha.
Potentially.
Can you imagine if she's listening to this and she's like, God,
well, you
these
told her
guys
to
are
listen
right. I told her to listen to Soup in the
in the garbage, which is so great. You always do. You're like, all right, listen, hey, if you're going to listen to our podcast, listen to Soup in the Garbage or Derivative. Derivative GP, I actually said, although here, let me say this.
I've got my own thoughts too. Continue.
Pin. You say that because Derivative GP, there's like a half an hour lead up
Exactly what
that
my
you
comment
can
was
you
going to
can
be.
you can lead you can
Right.
lose people. Yeah.
Soup in the Garbage gets into it pretty quickly.
Yes.
Versus Derivative GP,
Yes.
you really, if you're a first-time listener, you're really going to listen to 30 minutes of nonsense.
We certainly hope so.
Yeah.
This episode, we're trying to stay away from talking about the podcast,
Right.
which I immediately started doing.
Which
I have a-
leads into the podcast.
I have a real issue with that. I just want to talk about the pod. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were about to confront me on the strategy.
No,
I have a really big problem with doing this, Miller. I'd rather talk about the podcast.
It's tight. No, I want to talk about other things too. This is gonna be great. Miller's got a beer going.
Yeah,
By the way, it's Friday night for all the listeners.
Friday night pod. I've already had
Go.
I've already had 3 drinks. And one of them, I go to this place.
I've already had 3 drinks.
You're
like a sorority.
I've already got 3 drinks in me.
Like a sorority girl. I've already had 3 drinks, and we're partying.
I had in my head that I want a stout tonight.
Over to you. By the way, I'm just going to be doing that. Over to you.
You're like, Miller's drunk. He's gonna be commandeering this thing.
Oh, over to you.
I had a stout in my head going to this, and I go to the guy and I'm like, "Hey, you got a good stout?" And he pointed one out. It was 11.6%.
Oh my god.
And I was like, "Do you have anything lighter?"
Do you have anything that's like grain alcohol?
Yeah. Do you have anything that's not going to get me off my rocker within one beer? I have a low tolerance. I don't drink every night. And he's like, "Well, this is good." And I'm like, "What percentage is that?" He goes, 9. I'm like,
No.
I'm looking for like a Bud Light equivalent of a stout.
Yeah, you're looking.
I ended up going with the 11.6er.
Did you really?
Because he was so
Dude, you've
persistent on it. He was like, "This is my favorite stout that we have." And I was like, "All right, I'm not going to be a loser.
Wait.
Do your beer, man."
What is a stout?
It's like a chocolatey black, like a Guinness.
Okay, but like, do you know like why is it called a stout? Like, is that like a word? Like, is that like a word?
It's a type of beer. There's various types of beer. There's Pilsner,
Right.
IPA, stout, lager. There's different types of beer. I think it's probably the ingredients.
Okay, it's probably the ingredients or something.
This is literally a black liquid.
Right.
And
yeah,
it's,
right.
And it's 11.6%. You don't know what's going in your body. It tasted like chocolate. He goes, "Do you like dessert?" And I go, "Yes." He goes, "This has chocolate raspberry notes." And I was like, "All right." I'm willing to have a bad night for the chocolate raspberry notes.
I was more wondering like where they got the word stout.
No, I have no idea.
Like, do you know the etymology?
I'm not that asshole.
You're not one of those
mean?
guys that doesn't know the origin.
No.
Like, because it's stout. Maybe because it's firm.
Right.
Good, firm, stout beer. You can ding it.
Yeah.
Get your mug in it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways. Do you have anything to talk about this evening or not?
Do I?
Yeah.
I mean, I got, this thing. I got all sorts. No, I have almost nothing.
All right.
Yeah.
I've got 2 items. We can.
Because I was just ready for Bitland.
Right. I mean, I've got 2 continuations of stories.
Oh, right.
Right.
Great call. Okay.
But it's up to you. We can go wherever.
Lead us, Captain.
Hardy's sister. I got a notebook of bits.
Lead us, so Captain, into that good night.
So do you want?
Give me all. I want a nice taste.
There's you can choose. We can go into B&H, the BS bundle, or we can
the B&H.
Which, to be honest with you, is the lesser of the 2. Now that I'm thinking about it, now that I'm thinking about the bones of it, but
you never know.
You never know.
Because I like a good B&H.
Right. Or we could go into my neck stuff.
Ha 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 ha! This is a legendary episode. You could put out this fork in the road. Hey, here's our options. Here's what we got on the docket today. I can either talk about how I went to B&H or my neck pain.
And then
choose wisely.
And then I swing the mic away from
Choose wisely. I mean, honestly, here's my thoughts. B&H sounds kind of fun because it's like a wonderland of just joy and cameras. And you can just lose yourself into that kind of fantastical world.
Right.
So maybe the people they want to go through a journey of B&H.
Yeah.
Or your neck pain, which we did a cliffhanger on.
Right.
So that's a nice little continuation.
I'll give you a little thing about the thing about B&H is that I don't really have many punches on it.
Yeah.
The B&H story is really how you want to make it.
Right.
Versus the neck pain I got a whole treasure trove of things.
Okay,
So we could start with B&H.
Let's pick at B&H for a touch
and see what comes out.
Let's pick at that.
Okay.
See what we got. Let's open that right. Something.
So where we left off, right? I went online. I couldn't order anything on that Saturday.
Yes.
Because it was their
holy
day.
Yeah.
The Jewish holy day. So I decide on Sunday that I'm going to go in store.
In store.
Yeah.
Okay.
And going in store, I have in my mind what I'm going to get.
In store, by the way, for everyone out there, is live.
Right.
Not online. In store.
And it's an archaic way
of
shopping.
I really
it's not done that much anymore.
I love it. In store.
It's a Neanderthal dog eat dog world in there.
Physical space.
Right.
Okay, so you go in store. Where is it in the city?
I decide to go in store. Where it is in the city is like a block away from Madison Square Garden, Midtown West, kind of 34th and 9th. 34th Street, the 9th Ave. Right.
Okay. That's over by the Garden.
By the Garden.
Yeah.
Exactly. You get out on 42nd Street F train.
Yup.
No, ACE.
Oh, you went ACE.
Yeah, because I walked my girlfriend back home.
Oh, okay.
Morning. She lives in West Village.
Okay.
Took the ACE up there. By the way, post-COVID.
Ooh.
Outside the Garden, weird scene.
Really? Well, homeless?
Not as many homeless, just kind of like, I'd say druggy and prostitute-y.
Yeah. It's bad.
You know what I mean?
It's bad over there. It's very bad.
Because
it's intense.
The tourists aren't really back. You know what I mean? There's you see a little scattering of tourism.
So it stands out.
Right.
The prostitution stands out.
And when I say prostitution, people that looked a little off. I didn't see any propositioning, but when I looked at them, I was like, that's probably a prostitute.
Yeah.
It's to be honest with you, I don't even know if it's prostituting.
It's that's called
you know what I mean?
That's a process of elimination prostitute.
Right.
You didn't see the proposition, you just deduced.
I looked at them.
You eliminated, not a banker.
I said, there's probably only one thing that this person could do.
Yes, to stay afloat.
Sexual favors.
Yes. That's the process of elimination prostitute.
Right.
I like these catchphrases for us.
Process of elimination prostitute.
Yeah, there's just
next time I see a prostitute, I'm going to be, you're a classic case of a process of elimination prostitute. And they will look at me, take a hit of their crack pipe, and walk away.
Yes, based on your
and say, "Hey, do you want a blowjob or not?"
Based on the lack of pant, you have no pant.
Right.
The sort of
tight tank top.
Yup.
Covering about 2% of their body.
Yup.
High jean shorts.
Yeah, near like a hot and sticky, one of those hot and sticky shops. Do you know those? Like where the lights are on really, really bright.
where the subway's passing underneath.
Yes.
And there's just fumes. It's just steam hitting their face, and they don't seem bothered by it.
There you go. That's part of the wear and tear and the sort of adjustment they've made that cues you into.
It's part of the camouflage. They think they're camouflaged. They're like, the cops won't see me.
Cops actually, it is kind of like camouflage. Most people won't go where they are.
Right.
You know? It's like really kind of gross.
Yes.
But that's what, So
I'm going to B&H.
Brilliant. Oh, wow. We're really working together now.
Yeah, this might be a 2-hour. We might have to do a continuation of B&H.
Yeah.
The inside is part 2.
If we don't get inside B&H, that's the stuff of fucking legend.
Well, I will tell you.
There's no way.
I will tell you there was something outside of B&H that caught my eye.
Oh, no. Was it a prostitute?
No. There was this old couple sitting right outside B&H. By the way, a lot of people lingering around the outside of B&H.
Yeah, just
it's
like
a hang
Joe's.
spot where you meet up with your
really?
co-producer. You meet up with your,
like creatives.
Like if you and Cal were to meet up with Pomeroy,
like
right?
B&H.
You and Cal would hang outside.
Yeah.
And wait for Pomeroy before going inside.
Oh, okay.
Right? You and Cal wouldn't go inside and then say, "Hey, meet us inside B&H," because B&H is a zoo. You don't enter B&H without your full party being intact.
Brilliant principle. Brilliant. That's spot on. You do how do you say that? You do not enter B&H until all parties have arrived.
Exactly.
Because you're about to get literally smacked in the kisser.
You're probably going to lose
distraction. Yeah.
You're probably going to lose your party within there anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like Disney World.
Right. Strength
Love
in numbers.
Love
when you
it.
going to B&H.
Love it. So
By the way, do you know what B&H stands for? I have no idea.
Books and hardware. No, I don't know.
I'm trying to think of what it. I don't know. Outside of B&H, there was a couple with these like old school cameras that would take your photo like 20s.
No, what do you even
like?
Oh, like tripod?
Like breaking glass with the flash. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where there'd be a guy and it would be like an explosion.
Right. Was he under a hood?
No, it didn't have the hood, but he had multiple parts.
Wow.
Ready to take your picture.
Was he associated with B&H?
I'm assuming he was just there because I don't know. To be honest with you.
Do you think he's one of these guys that just like is because he's so into cameras, he hangs at B&H?
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's possible that he was there because he just bought a camera or just sold a camera and they were sitting down. Maybe I projected what they were onto them, but it seemed like a couple that was kind of like a street act, right?
Oh, okay.
And they would take pictures for passerbyers.
Right.
But like old school cool pictures.
Right. You got an old school camera. That's cool. Were people paying them and shit or no?
I didn't see anyone.
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone online. They were basically just sitting there.
So they're taking
anyway. Yeah, they didn't take any pay. They just had the equipment waiting.
Oh, okay.
You know. Anyways, so I go into B&H.
Oh, so then wait, but you saw so there's a bunch of people hanging out. Did you hang out outside or no?
No.
Okay, so you went right in. Right, you weren't meeting anybody.
I'm doing a solo B&H run.
You're doing a solo B&H. Okay. Hold on. Is it like is there one entrance?
Multiple entrances. One is for like returns and selling used equipment.
Yeah.
And then one is for...
Oh, they have like that deal.
Yeah.
Those are funny.
Because here's the thing: there's a lot of security at B&H because it's high worth equipment.
Yeah, that
They
makes
don't
sense.
want. So they're
makes
looking
sense.
at everyone that's in and out.
Yeah.
It's not like a Dwayne Reed where they're like 100 people in and out.
Yeah,
they're
just
like,
the
all right,
door.
hold on.
Right.
Do you have any bags?
Right. They can't be having people coming in, flying in and out.
Right. And also, the interesting thing about B&H, when you go inside, they have a conveyor belt system above you, transporting the things that you're going to buy
What?
to the checkout counter.
Oh, so you don't drop it?
I don't even think that you can pick up a box because it's
Wow.
that airtight.
Wow, I never
They
knew
don't.
that.
They don't want a situation where,
Yeah.
oh, I'll take the Xbox, and now you're in possession of an Xbox, and you might be able to sneak out with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or drop it.
They airship it. They airship it to the checkout counter.
Wow. This is so official.
Right.
This is okay. So continue.
And so I go find my way to the personal camera. There's like professional camera section.
Right.
With the massive,
Yeah.
professional cameras.
Gimbals and
Like movie set
Yeah.
cameras.
Oof,
and I was
dude,
over
I gotta
there.
go in there.
And I was over there, and I was kind of looking behind, doing my thing just really quick, because I had to.
Yeah.
With the little, like when you have a tripod and a legit camera, you got the little stick where you
Yes.
can kind of guide it.
Yeah.
I went over and I kind of guided it a little bit.
In the movie cameras?
Yeah, in the movie camera section, just to see what I wasn't gonna get.
You just yell out into the store, "Yo, John, this isn't gonna work."
Cut. I wonder how many jokes that they get from cut and action.
Dude, the swiveling like a $50,000 movie camera is so funny when you don't do any of that.
Oh yeah.
So you went over
I
that's
started
funny.
swiveling. Dude, what would be the pro move is to
Yeah.
have bought one of those things.
The slate.
The slate. I
Yeah,
need a slate,
yeah.
man.
Oh.
I need a
What
slate. I don't know
are
why I didn't
we
get
doing?
I don't know why I even
Of course we need a slate in
We
here.
need a slate for the podcast.
That's what of course. That's how we start the pod. Look at this. I can get that for us too, I think. I'll get us a slate. Here's the thing though, because I was thinking about this just real quick, is like, it's tough to look like you know what you're doing around equipment you never use. It's kind of funny, right? Like, that's why you kind of look like an idiot. Like, if you never use, let's say someone's a professional photographer. What they're going to do when they approach a camera is just very different from what you or I are ever going to do to that camera. Like, they're going to look at, interesting, odd stuff. They're going to, wipe it, turn a little thing.
That's why when you go in, you need to do something that's so off the wall.
Yeah, you need to be.
They think that you're the expert.
That's it. That's what you need to do. Exactly.
You start bringing in a measuring tape.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. You bring in a
You put your ear to the plastic and do some knocks on it.
Yeah. You put it on the floor.
Yeah.
You just kind of place it on the floor.
You put it on the floor and start stomping on the floor.
Yeah. Like, is this?
You bring a stethoscope.
That's funny because you do really
You look at your buddy, you go no good, and then you leave.
Yeah, you just missed it. You you Windex it or something.
Yeah.
What could you do? You got to do something really. What would be the most outrageous thing you could probably do? Stethoscope's pretty outrageous. Here, because
Start blowing on it.
yeah, you know what you could do? you just kind of stare at it. Like you look at the lens and like you like stare at it and just wink.
You go, follow my finger.
Yeah.
You do like a human test onto it.
That's good. You go to your buddy and someone's like, oh man, that guy is pro. You know, look at that. Look at that. That's what he really needed. Because I noticed this experience when like I was doing I was supposed to have known how to cook when I was doing the short. Like my character had gone to culinary school. So we had to like come up with ways, and I had to like think thoroughly through like how I would hold a knife and like how I would behave with like pots and pans so it doesn't look like I've literally never cooked.
Right.
You know? You got to keep that shit in mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, continue.
So I go upstairs to where the personal cameras are now, right?
Oh,
the lower end cameras.
Yeah.
It's upstairs in the back.
Yeah, they put you in the back.
So I go up, and there's a lot of helpers around. A lot of people that are, you know, showing off equipment, etc. And I see the Sony station.
Is that what you wanted?
That's what I wanted going in. So I go to the Sony station. There's a guy hanging out, and he's like, "Can I help you?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm all right," you know.
Leave me alone.
And so I go around the Sony station. I don't see the camera that I want, right?
Okay.
So then another guy sees me.
Yeah.
He goes, "Can I help you?"
Yeah.
And I go, "Yeah, I'd like I'm looking for the Sony A6400."
Ooh, not bad. That sounds kind of sexy.
And he
If I was
goes,
near...
he goes, "It's right here."
Yeah.
And it was in the area that I was looking. I
I
had skipped over it.
Uh-oh.
And so now I'm looking at the other guy where he goes, "Can I help you?" And I said, "No." And I'm like, he probably thinks that I'm an asshole because maybe I passed him, you know?
Yeah, like you didn't want his business. You didn't want to use him.
Right. I wanted someone else.
Yeah.
Just by looks, too. You know what I mean? Because that's all that was.
Yeah.
It's all surface level at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's more knowledgeable than the other guy.
Right. But you just were like, couldn't find it. So you got another guy.
Right. So I go to the other guy.
I wonder how often that happens to those guys, though. Where people like are like all of a sudden, yeah. Probably a lot. Like they're like they go up to someone at like a clothing store, like, "Hey, do you need help with these pants?"
Right.
And they're like, "No." And then like 10 minutes later, they see them trying on pants with a different.
100%.
And they're like, "What the fuck?"
I was just trying to pull those pants on you earlier.
I've been trying
It's the same pair of pants.
trying to put those chinos on you for an hour.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So he starts telling me about the A6400, and I went into it thinking that I wanted the kit lens,
Okay.
basic lens, right?
Ooh, kit lens.
Because there's different lenses for cameras, right?
Love that.
I wanted the kit lens. It's the starter pack. All of a sudden,
I want the kit lens.
he starts going, "Well, you get the kit lens, or you could get the 18 millimeter to 135 millimeter."
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah. Too much.
So he starts telling me about the pros and cons of the 18 millimeter to 135 millimeter lens versus the kit lens, which is only 18 millimeters to 50 millimeters.
What was the other one?
18 to 135
or
versus 18 to 50. 18 to 50 is the
it's like-
kit. And I'm starting to think to
like,
myself,
what does that even mean?
well, it's how far you can zoom in.
Oh, okay.
I'm starting to think to myself, there are some scenes in one of my shorts that I'd like a nice long lens. So I'm starting to get sold a little bit. This guy's putting a sweet tune onto me.
The short you haven't shot is coming into the picture.
The short
You're
that
like,
I
well-
haven't even written up really.
You're like, hey,
I'm like, that could work.
you know what? Now that you mention it,
It's an extra like $300 too for this lens.
Okay. I love
So
that.
I'm starting to get sold on this better lens, right?
This-
Which is
yeah.
essentially...
Yeah.
So I go, all right, how much is this extra lens? And he goes, well, let me check. And he's got a computer there,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, we got this bundle.
Oh, he did not. Did he really?
He bundled me.
Wow.
And once he brought up the bundle,
Did you? Yeah.
everything that he had said before is now moot.
Yeah, because you hate.
He's
the
lost
bundle.
all credibility.
Yeah, you hate the bundle.
I go, all right, what do you got in this bundle? Starts saying all these things, and I'm like, all right, man.
I'm not fucking doing. Wait, I can't believe you brought up the bundle.
He brought up but he didn't say bundle. He goes, we got a set or so.
A set. This
guy's
guy's good.
He had some other.
This guy's
He
really
had
good.
listened to the previous pod, and he goes, this guy gets triggered with the word bundle.
Dude, this guy's good. Calling it a set.
A set or something like a
That's
package,
better.
Something.
Yeah. You get this. You get this.
So then I'm confused about what I want. I'm kind of sold on the 18 to 135. And then I tell him, I go, is there a tripod within this bundle? Because I need a tripod, right?
Right. I mean, yeah.
So I go, do you have a tripod? He goes, well, we got a bunch of tripods. And I go, what's like the tripod that you recommend? He pulls up the tripod that he recommended. And he shows it to me.
Yeah.
How much do you think this tripod costs?
I mean, fuck, man. I don't even know, like a couple $100.
$185.
Wow. That's pretty good.
For a stick?
But how much are they
I could make
usually?
my own tripod in Central Park with 3 sticks.
Sticks? No, but like it's still. But like how much? Like that's pretty good. Meaning like that's like a good chunk. You know?
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's not like $50.
When I think about a tripod, what's the functionality? One,
Yeah.
that it's level,
Yeah.
which is just a law of physics. It's not rocket science. We've been doing leveling for thousands of years.
Yeah, but you're gonna need that though, or else you're gonna be
Right.
shaking.
But what I'm saying is that it's a simple
instrument. Yeah.
And then I need some sort of height, right?
Yeah,
I can't
yeah,
have
yeah.
the tripod be this big.
Right.
So by him
180.
bringing up this tripod being $180,
Yeah.
he ruined the sale for me. That
Yeah,
was the
yeah,
last
yeah.
straw. Because I'm like, I don't trust anything else that he has in this cart.
Right. Because now you got things are just compounding on. For
Right.
you. Yeah.
But also,
It's too much.
If the one item is inflated for what I think is the fair price, now everything else in the cart is inflated.
Right. Now
So I'm
you're
like-
really screwed.
So now I'm looking at him, in my head, I'm like, I need to go back and do some more research.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You
So-
got to figure out.
So I go, where are the tripods? Because I didn't want to outright tell him no sale.
Right.
Because that's a little
Dramatic.
aggressive, No sale.
No sales, pretty good.
Right. So I go, where are the tripods so I can look at him? He goes,
Right.
over there. And he points me to him. I go, all right, I'll be back.
Yeah.
So I go look at the tripods. They're all the same, other than the price. I'm like looking at them. I'm pulling out tripods and I'm setting them up, and they're literally all the same.
Yeah.
Other than maybe it's aluminum versus steel.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's all the same thing.
And they got a section of tripods.
Right. Hundreds of tripods.
It's madness in there.
It's 100% madness. And I look at the guy. I go, will every tripod work with this camera? He goes, yeah, they're all
Oh, that's a great question.
interworkable. Right.
Yeah.
So I go, all right. So I go over the tripods. I see what's going on, and I'm like, I need to leave this place.
It's too.
They've influenced me too much.
Yeah.
I need to
They're upselling you.
So I go home, and that was basically the story. But
Yeah.
I go home, message Cal. I go, listen, do I want the kit lens or the 135?
Right.
He goes, dude, do the kit lens for what you need. You don't need the 135. Use the extra money on lighting or sound. And I go,
Nice.
perfect call.
Yeah.
So I got the kit lens.
See, that's the decision to make though, because then you were able to Audible, digest, and then ask Cal for the necessary decision-making tools.
Right.
Because if this happens to me sometimes, like in the moment you sort of panic and go for it, you immediately leave regret being like, fuck, I didn't know if I needed that. I wasn't sure of this. You end up spending a lot of money. I end up getting extremely angry. I'll be like, oh, this fucking guy told me to get this, and then I didn't need this. Now I wasted all this money.
You're walking out of the store looking down in your bag.
Yeah.
And you're like, what did I just do?
Yeah, like what the fuck?
What is in this bag that I just bought?
Yeah, like what? And it's like, it's frustrating, especially if you've done research.
Yeah. And the kicker was that when he was showing me all these prices,
yeah,
it was on the B&H website. So I was like,
really?
oh, so you guys don't have like any in-store discounts or anything. You're literally
that's insane.
Just doing what I could do at home.
You would think they would give you a discount for going in store.
Right.
You know,
and I went on B&H's website, free shipping.
Really?
I think probably into New York. I think if you're in a certain location.
I'll tell you what, buying camera equipment like this stuff is stressful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of what you just said. Like, you just don't really know what you're getting into.
Right.
You kind of have to just like accept that you're probably going to get stuff you don't need.
That's why you have to go kind of low.
Yeah.
Get some introduction
stuff. Right. That's a great point, too.
You don't want to blow your load $2,000 on something when you don't even know what you need.
That's such a great point. You end up with like the HD lens and all this weird shit,
right.
and you're like, oh my God, I don't even know how to use any of this.
And then I also looked up like resale value, and I'm like, all right, well, you're not like really screwed because the resale value on a lot of this stuff is pretty high.
Oh, is it? That's good.
Like I looked up the 135 milliliter lens.
Yeah.
It was like, I think it was like $400 new, and like used it was like $300.
Right. So it's not even.
I didn't get that one. I got the kit lens. Kit lens is probably fucking useless to, you know.
No, it's like anything else. I can't. I'm a base package guy. In fact, if you give me the option to remove things that the company thinks are critical, I'll remove them.
Right. 100%.
I'll remove them. Hey, you know, if anything happens to this, you're done. It's a wrap. Do you want to save $8? Yes.
Yep.
I'm removing all kinds of key stuff. Taxes. You know what taxes?
You'll unbundle.
That's right. I'm the guy that eventually is like, all right, hey, listen, you have to mail the taxes on your own.
You'll see a product and you'll be like, this reeks of bundle.
Yes.
How do I simplify this?
That's exactly right. Yeah, because
you're not marketing as a bundle, but it reeks of bundle.
That's so funny. This reeks of bundle is so good to say to a guy. This reeks of bundle. It's a donut.
And then his face gets really red.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, he's on to us.
This product you sold me reeks of joint packaging. Have you done some kind of package upgrade here?
Let me get my manager. He's on to us.
Dude, did I tell you about I got this like all access membership to do yoga.
No.
Okay, listen to this. I get this all access membership. It's $90 a month, right? I'm like, okay, that's good. The classes are $35 a pop.
Yeah.
And a 5-pack is $180. This is a steal, right? So I pay for it, and I find out that the all access membership, you still have to pay for the classes. So then I go down and
So what's the all access membership?
So then they have in big bold letters, the next thing they have is, there are benefits to your membership. There's fireworks.
Fireworks, baby. What does that mean? There are benefits to your membership?
So like right below where I bought the membership, it was almost like they read my mind. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, what do I get? And then they're like, there are benefits, and they started listing them.
Because they know that in your mind, they're like, there are no benefits to this membership.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
No. There are benefits to this membership.
Exactly. So I look, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like 15% off merchandise. I'm like, okay, that I don't want. Unlimited Zoom classes. I'm like, okay, that I don't want. It's in person. It's Bikram. I want to go to the studio. Okay.
That's funny. We're like, isn't Bikram hot yoga?
Yes.
What? I got a Bikram studio in my apartment.
That's right. I'm not gonna fucking heat up
They're
my.
like, this is only applicable for people that live at home with no AC, and it's in the summer. If it's winter, this has no effect.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna do fucking downward dog in front of my radiator. Okay. I'm like, this is insane.
I love the idea of an online Bikram yoga class where it's like 16 blocks in the video chat because everyone's doing it at home. And everyone's got different setups. So like one guy,
it's like a
crotch shot. It's like just the way he has it set up. Like one person's like way off in the distance.
Right.
You start being like, oh, Samantha, nice setup. It's like a mansion.
Yeah. So one guy's got his oven on.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to get it to 110? So then the other one was, and then finally I get to it. I'll go,
So
okay.
it's merch.
Merch.
What else?
So merch, unlimited Zoom, priority booking, which I don't even know what that means.
Unlimited Zoom is just like a bunch of disgruntled people that also got swindled into this package.
Yeah, like the people on Zoom.
Right.
Yeah, so
priority booking sounds kind of like, hey, we'll release the spots to you before it goes to the public.
It does sound a little bit like that, but I think like they said like 10 days, like you can book earlier or something. But like you still, I don't know, I still have to book like a day or two in advance and stuff. It doesn't help me that much. The booking it's like again, I bought I'm spending $90 a month. I was like, "Oh, I'm getting unlimited classes." Cuz here's the thing. This membership used to be $180 pre-pandemic. So in my head I'm going, "Oh, they had to bring it down."
Yeah.
Because of the pandemic, okay? Which is wrong. Clearly, they need more money now. So the final one is 25% off classes. So that's...
How much is a class?
I know. You basically have to do the math.
10 classes to make a profit?
Yes.
Or something like that?
To break even, I basically have to go to like 8 or 9 classes.
Right. But within that, you have to spend an enormous amount of money doing those 8 classes.
Yes. I have to spend...
You have to spend probably like $500 or something, whatever.
Yeah, I have to spend...
$500,
No, it's right. It's like a 5-pack was like $160. Now it's like $120 something for me.
Right.
I have to buy 2 of those at least. Like, it's just so unnecessary.
It's a bunch of people that are trying to get the most bang for their buck. So they're like exhausted. Like, yeah, I'm doing back-to-back yoga classes. I don't want to. But I need to do it to make it worth my while.
That's what I'm saying. And I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
I've been to 1 class in 2 weeks.
When
Recently?
Yeah,
like 3 weeks ago. I was just like online. I was like, you know what? I'm feeling good. I've been going back to classes. This is working for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to sign up. And I just didn't look close enough. All access to me is just like...
All access?
Yeah, so you mean limited access.
Let me ask you this.
Discounted access.
How full are these classes? Completely full?
They're starting to get pretty full, yeah.
I was wondering whether you could just kind of sneak in and play the aloof.
No way.
Where you're like, no, I'm all access. And they're like,
No
no, that's
way.
not what it means. And you're like, no.
Yeah.
It is what it means.
You just come in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The room's only so big and like, yeah, but it reminded me of the Reeks of Bundle. Right? Going in and like telling somebody this product reeks of Bundle.
Not even telling them, just kind of muttering it under your breath where it's audible to them. You know it's audible to them. This reeks of Bundle.
What is it like? You buy a computer. Listen, this Dell. Reeks a bundle.
So you're telling me this is all in? Or are there add-ons that you're going to slap onto my ass?
What if we
He's like, relax, dude. Yes. There are a lot of add-ons. We don't even include Microsoft Excel into this computer. That's an additional $100 for the application.
Are there add-ons or are you slapping my ass? And he's like, what are you saying?
He's like, my my coworkers told me about you and that you'd come in here and say a bunch of weird shit like this.
Are you?
Are you the bundle guy?
Are you? Did you slap my ass? Or is this a bundle?
Or is this a bundle?
He's like,
next time you go to a mic, they're like, it's $3 for the mic. Is this a bundle? Is there a bundle option? Because I'm going to be coming here a lot.
yeah, can I unbundle this? Listen, slap my ass, but tell me if this is a bundle.
Yeah. Here, I need to take a piss really quick.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. Is that cool?
Yeah. Go for it. This is a good BTS clip. BTS. 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 Taking a little breather here. Hope everyone's enjoying June, into June here. Will Drake release Certified Lover Boy? This is the question we're all wondering. And we don't have an answer for. And he's back. And he's back. No, you wasn't working?
This wasn't recording.
Haha.
No way.
That's a classic. You just put up. That's kind of brilliant.
That's awesome.
That's happening, no?
Yeah.
Just my
100%,
side.
Yes. It's going to be 100% you. I saw it. Something must have happened.
Yo, people are have to respect the shit out of that, no?
Oh, it's going to be great.
Okay. I got something.
Well, I
something.
just started recording. So at this point,
Yeah.
it will zoom into full.
Yeah,
to the
full
regular
two of us.
recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're back.
Jeez. What do you got? Because I got another thing, but we can all obviously
No, mine's
table.
not big. I was gonna say, did I tell you I got a girl's number right in the right off the street the other day?
No.
Yeah, it was nice, bro. Yeah. First time in a long time.
What happened?
I just like I
What's the setting?
outside like East Village.
All right.
Like 7th Street.
So you're walking around.
Yeah. Walking with a buddy.
Walking with a buddy.
Yeah.
And she walked by you?
No, so she
was sitting down somewhere?
She was taking photos for some type of like maybe Instagram or something like that.
Right.
Her friend was taking photos of her. You know how people do that?
Yeah.
So she was like posing and like looking back, and her friend was like,
I would love if this transpired into like a description of a prostitute. No.
yeah.
She was hanging out.
Yeah.
And like you were just oblivious to the fact that she was a prostitute.
Yeah,
She
men
was hanging out.
were approaching her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her friend.
She went into an apartment with some guys every now and then.
Yeah.
All right, so she's taking photos with a buddy.
So she's like how do I so she's like taking, but she's hot. Okay.
I'm assuming if she's taking photos for Instagram.
Is that how that works?
If someone's not attractive, what are they taking photos? What are they capturing?
Yeah. It's
I'm
just
about to
like
get canceled for that.
no.
Even that simple of a line.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So she was like, and she was like dressed up. You know what I mean? Like, she wasn't like in bopping around gear.
Uh-huh.
And then it was like 4:30 or something, like midday. So it's kind of odd to like see that kind of like photo shoot, you know? So I'm walking past and she is like clearly slightly embarrassed that she's posing.
Uh-huh.
And like people are walking
So
by,
she doesn't do
right?
this often.
Yeah, she must not do it that often. Because
Right.
she was kind of like, you know, you get self-conscious if you're, so I see her posing and like does this little leg lift. And I'm feeling good. I just had a nice set. I'm like really locked in, you know? So I'm like, I see it. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a great move. You know?
Uh-huh.
I was like, oh, that's a good move. That's going to be a good one for the camera.
Are you walking by or are you like hanging around a peripheral area?
No, I'm like in stride walking by.
Okay. And you go, yeah, that's a good move.
That's right. Like loud enough so she could hear.
It was to her, not like
Yes.
as a rhetorical, like, yeah.
No.
It was to her.
No, I was like, yeah, that's a good move.
Yep.
And she smiles at me, right? And like does it again, right? And I was like, oh, all right. That was a little something. And then we
Just more ambiguous commentary. Yeah, that's something.
that's what I'm thinking in my head.
That's a thing.
Yeah. So I passed through and I'm like, oh, you know what? That was one of those moments where I could have said hello to that person.
Yeah.
The first step appeared. Eye contact, fun moment. Haha, I'm taking pictures. Oh, those are great. She smiles, and I'm like, and then I pass by. So about like a couple.
So about 3 hours later,
Yeah,
I rope around to see if she's still there.
that's that's the old me. So I'm like, okay, it's game time. So I go, all right, you know what? I think I should go back. I'm telling my buddy, I'm like, I think I should go back, get her number.
How much farther is this in the timeline?
It's like
20 seconds?
Yeah.
All
We
right.
walk
So it's
another.
quick. You're like,
yeah, pretty quick, but
you're within 50 yards of her.
Yes, but we're just at the edge of 50.
50 yards is pretty far.
Yeah,
That's half
we're
a
getting
football field.
That's right. We're almost a quarter of a block away from her now.
Okay.
Getting to an avenue. We're almost exactly. It's put up or shut up time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, maybe I should go back. And they're like, no, I don't need to go back. Like, it's fine. We keep walking again. I'm like, oh, fuck. This is stupid. I really should have gone. Maybe I should go get her number.
And are you telling your buddy?
Yes.
Are you guys like talking about it
Yes.
too? Or is this just in your head?
No, we're out loud talking about
Yeah.
this.
And he too is like, oh, dude, you fucked up.
Yeah, he's a little bit like, yeah, mate, just go. You go. Do you want me to
Yeah.
go? And I'm like, yeah, you want to? And then he's like, no, you go. I'll stay. You know, and I'm like, I don't need to go.
That's the
And
pro.
we're all doing this.
That's the pro move.
Yeah.
if you're in a group of 2, 3 guys and you walk by a lady and there's something kind of going on and you're about to do a wraparound, don't come with the crew.
Yeah.
Go solo.
That's right.
It shows more balls and it's less aggressive.
Yes. It's the
less
pro move.
Variables.
Yes.
Now it's only you. You don't have to worry about what your guy's going to say.
Bingo.
And now
bingo.
You're less
bingo.
If a shark comes up to me, would I rather a school of sharks? Or would I feel more comfortable with one shark?
That's right.
One shark, I could take on one shark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if a shark comes with his buddies, now all of a sudden I'm a little scared.
Yes. There's a intimidation thing, and then there's also, now that you mention this, it also gives you a reason as to why you didn't stop right away.
Right.
Because now on the loop back, when you're solo, they almost go, oh, this guy's good. He dropped off his buddy for the number exchange.
They look down the street and your buddy's just kind of...
Your friend is... Don't worry about him.
Not that smooth, buddy. But I'll give you the number.
No, but but that's right. So I wasn't thinking about this at the time, but the guy then my buddy goes,
and is your buddy
I'm not going.
Does your buddy have a girlfriend or a wife or anything like that, or no?
He has
He's
a girlfriend.
Single too.
You know
he's
him.
got a girlfriend.
It's funny that I haven't
comedian?
said his name yet. I think it's even funnier. He's a buddy.
All right.
Let's keep buddy.
Yeah.
I'll reveal who my buddy is like in a little bit.
All right.
So he's like, all right, I'll come. And then we start walking. He's like, you know what? I'm staying. I'll stay. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? You stay. And then like I walk a few feet and I'm like, do I really? She's like changed positions now and is like over here. And I'm like, I don't even know what I'm going to say here. And then it hits me. I'm like, okay, I'm going, hey, what's your number? Maybe we can grab a coffee sometime. That's it. I got the line. I'm rehearsing the line. You know, I'm like, it's smooth. It's easy. I'm not even going to say too much. I'm going right with the first line. I'm not going, hey, you remember me, you know?
Yeah.
So I begin the approach. Pictures, you know. And I come up, I go, hey, what's going, you know? And she's like,
remember me?
She goes, oh, hey. Right? She's like, oh, hey. And I'm like, listen, what's your number?
You go right away.
Yes.
What's your number?
I go, listen, what's your number? Maybe we can grab a coffee.
Whoa.
Yeah. Because I was also doing this thing where I was like, I'm not sticking around right now. I'm actually on the move. So I'm doing this just to find out whether it's a yes or a no, and I'm out. There's a speed to that. It's like there's a transact. It's like, hey, I'm not like trying to bog you down. Hey, what's your number? Maybe we can grab a coffee. You know, it's got a nice movement to it.
All right.
So
here's the funny thing is that in retrospect, removing yourself from the situation.
Yeah.
Like Peter.
Yeah, I brought this up the other day.
Does a lot of hitting on girls in the wild, I would say, right? And whenever he tells me some of the things that he says, I always tell him, like, what you should have said is this.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's genius. But it's so much easier to think of these things off the top of your head, removed from the situation.
That's exactly right. It's like comedy in a weird way.
Exactly.
Yes.
You can riff with buddies all you want, but when it comes to the show, can you riff?
That's right.
So when I hear that, as you were telling me that, I thought of like 1,000 things that I would have done otherwise. I wouldn't have led like, what's your number? Right.
Yeah, see, for me, I was like...
I would have been something like, hey, I haven't done this in a while because of COVID. Like I haven't done this in a while, so
Yeah.
I feel kind of like.
Yeah.
But I would love to like take you out.
That's good.
I think you're super cute. And,
That's good. I
felt something when we talked.
That's extra. You would bring up the I felt a little
something that I
something.
haven't felt in about 18 months.
I felt a little something in those eyes.
I don't know. I was never a guy that would do that stuff.
See, this is not. I had a little bit of a moment there, but I'm telling you, I'm reinventing myself with this.
Yeah.
And this was a good start for me.
And
because I get her number, by the way.
I have a
when
theory.
We get when because there's a lot more to this story.
I have a theory. A lot of guys aren't doing this move anymore either.
None of them.
None of them. So you immediately are the king of the jungle.
None of them. Bro.
You're immediately the king of the jungle because now, what do girls like more than anything?
Yes.
Confidence.
Yep.
Every other guy in the city is sitting on Tinder.
It's so true.
Bumble,
and like
Hinge.
And like initiation. Women love that. It's part of confidence. It's like, hey, I'm taking the step here to break this fucking this bullshit wall and talk to you and just get your fucking. She even said that. She goes, oh, when I took out my flip phone to get the number, she goes, oh, old school. I love that. Right? So they love stuff like that.
Yeah.
So initiation. So I go.
This city's lucky I'm not single.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
That's what it's like though. Like when you're like
it's always you think the opposite, you know.
So
right.
So real quick I go real quick. I go hey, what's your number? Let me we can grab a coffee or something and
get this. Her number's only 6 digits.
No, this is even better. Get this. She lives in Canada.
She pulls out her flip phone.
Right. She goes and okay. She goes, okay, so she goes, I'm actually not from here. I'm leaving in 2 weeks. And I didn't really, and I'm like, oh, okay. And
all right, never mind. See you later.
Yeah, no,
you
she goes like, I go, oh.
You scream out to your back. She's leaving in 2 weeks.
Forget it. Yeah. Immediately terrified. No, I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah, I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, I'm like, oh, okay. And then she goes, and I just started dating a guy yesterday. A new guy yesterday. And I was like,
in New York?
I don't know. Like, that's all she said. And I was like, really stoic, feeling good. I was just like, okay, let it hang there. And she goes, but you can still have my number. And I was like, oh, in my head, I'm going, oh, okay, here we go, right? Hands, and I go, this is my great line. This is my big line of the whole thing. I go, I'll wait this new guy out. Ha ha ha! Laugh, friends. Big laugh, her and her friend. Boom. Gives me the number.
You pregnant paused her.
Yes.
Do you know what the pregnant pause is?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I just didn't answer. Yeah. That's exactly right.
Pregnant silence, pregnant pause. It's one of my things I want to talk about.
No way. That's weird.
The pregnant pause I just learned about.
Yeah, dude, it's unbelievable. It's a great
the people that
tactical
don't know.
move. Yeah.
Describe the pregnant pause.
What you do is you do nothing. And by just being at peace with your thoughts, you force them to make the move.
People are so uncomfortable with silence.
Yes, they'll fill it.
That if you don't fill any silence, they are forced through their uncomfortability to fill the silence.
Exactly.
It's such a mind.
That's exactly what she did too.
Dude.
If I had said something like when she was like, plus I'm dating a new guy.
Be over.
Right. Oh, sorry, no problem. But I was just like smiled and was like, okay. And she was like, but you can have my number.
Yes. Dude, I was on the phone with the guy, I was on the phone with my older brother and a businessman. Let's just keep it at that. No more details. And we were talking
That's the greatest. That sounds like one of those jokes, like a priest walks into a bar.
Yeah. So we were talking, and he would talk.
Yeah.
And he would stop mid-sentence for like a good 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5. And I wouldn't know whether I was supposed to talk or whether he was continuing. I didn't know what the hell was going on. So me and my brother, after the discussion, I called my brother after the call to debrief with him.
Yeah,
and I go, dude, that guy was a wild card because he would just stop talking mid-sentence. And he goes, dude, he was pregnant pausing you.
Yeah.
And I go, what? He goes, the pregnant pause. It's a Goldman Sachs move.
Oh,
he goes, all the Goldman Sachs guys know the pregnant pause. And they use it to try to lure out information that the other person doesn't want to reveal because they're so uncomfortable with silence.
Yup.
Let them talk, reveal their information, reveal their side, their weaknesses, etc., strengths. That way you can react to what they say more. The smartest person in the room is the one that talks the least because they're observing what everyone else is doing. So he goes, dude, he was pregnant pausing you. And I was like, geez. And then he talked to me about the pregnant pause. And then he goes, it's actually funny. I was on a call with this guy, right? The guy that we were talking to, and another Goldman Sachs guy. And they were pregnant pausing each other. And the guy called him out where he goes, hey, listen, asshole, I know you're pregnant pausing me. I'll sit here in silence all day. He goes, you can't pregnant pause me because I'll pregnant pause the shit out of you. How perfect is that? The old pregnant pause. Oh, beautiful move, man. All of a sudden, the phone starts talking.
Did you see it? Did you see me pregnant pause in there?
Here's the thing.
You don't have anything?
It doesn't work in these situations. The
pregnant pausing in a podcast is legendary.
It's such a and I told my girlfriend about this, and now we both will start pregnant pausing each other.
Yeah,
and she'll be like, "You see what I just did there? The pregnant pause." And
It's
she told her dad about it, and her dad was like, "Yeah, I know about the pregnant pause."
yeah. Everyone knows like the pregnant pause. It's really true though. Like if you're in a good spot, like you're feeling good, you'll generally like say less and you'll say the right things at the right time. Like I've noticed this, like if I struggle, if like doing comedy or something or whenever it is, I'll always notice that I kind of like unnecessarily sped up or I was just felt like I was kind of just outrunning like my center. Like I wasn't like grounded in myself.
Right.
Yeah.
Filling silence.
Yeah.
Because of uncomfortability is like a beta move.
Exactly. We're both like
the
so
alpha
Yeah.
will just
exactly. Especially if you don't have anything in particular to say.
right.
You know, you see a lot of spiritual teachers do this. It's very helpful. They'll stop.
There's
You know?
there's some I've gotten feedback from like my bosses. They're like, you need
Yeah.
to talk more during meetings.
Really?
And part of me wants to be like, what is there to say? I'm
Yeah. I'm pregnant. I'm pausing you guys.
pregnant pausing. I'll talk.
You don't need me to talk.
I'll fill the whole silence. But I'd rather hear what
That's
you guys have to say.
Yeah. It's so funny too, like as a business tactic, because
Yeah.
that is what happens. Like,
It's like negotiations.
yeah, people will offer stuff to you. Like if you shut up, it's how it happens. Where like if someone's like confiding in you and you just shut the fuck up, they'll end up telling you so much stuff.
Let's do the bundle example.
Yeah.
The guy starts pitching me on the bundle. I just kind of look off in the distance, kind of look like I'm thinking about it. He goes, but also we don't have to do, now all of a sudden he's starting to retreat on the bundle, right? He'll probably be like,
But also,
but you probably don't need this and this and that. Like
so
I'll let him,
true.
I'll let him whittle down the bundle
Yeah.
himself into the core object.
Yeah, why don't you unbundle this as I pregnant pause
I'll pregnant
you?
pause him into unbundling. I don't need to unbundle myself. I'll let him do it. He knows the bundle better than I do.
Hey, buddy, you're going to get a pregnant pause, and then you're going to unbundle. I know you guys.
Yeah.
I'm going to pregnant pause the shit out of you. And then you'll unbundle.
Unbundle.
Yeah, dude.
Hour 11.
I know. Good one. Dude, yeah. Couldn't believe I got the Didge. Yeah. No, easy get.
So
Felt
what are
good.
your plans with the Didge?
No, I mean, it completely didn't work. Well, I don't know.
Did you message her?
Yeah, she might have gone back to Costa Rica. She's from Costa Rica. You know, she may come back, may not. I texted her, like, hey, this is, Matt from the other day. Are you still in New York? Ba-da-da-da-da.
And?
Nothing. Here's the thing, though. It's the
She got ghosted.
yeah, it's the chase. Is that ghosted? Nah. You have to have a little bit of back and forth, I think, to get ghosted. Anyway.
So you're going to follow up with her in like a couple weeks? Hey, I'm in Costa Rica right now. Look outside.
Hey, Glinda. That's her name, Glinda.
Galinda?
Yeah, like she was like the good witch.
I had a buddy in college, Galindo.
That's the clip people should see when they are on someone else's podcast and they see our shitty podcast bundled with
Here's a
Tim
taste.
Dillon's body. Here's a tape.
Here's a taste of what you're going to be getting. Here's an appetizer of the main course.
Oh, Glinda. I had a buddy in high school named Glindo. Baby shower comedy podcast.
It's like a massive like special effect. Baby shower comedy. That was precious.
One night, I think that's the capper.
True
huh?
story. I'll double down on Galindo.
Yeah. True story. Oh shit, that got me.
All right, is that good?
All right, boys and girls.
All right, we'll do the
Neck.
next
Yes,
time.
yeah. Next time.
I'm telling you, I'm
B&H.
all about diverting
Yeah.
good bits. You know what I mean? I'll do a double cliffhanger.
Oh yeah. No, that's that. I mean, listen, we got a lot of podcasting to do. We're not in any rush.
No.
You're popping in on us hanging. What's the big deal?
100%.
We punt all the time. All right.